welcome back to a guy and his bad liver, episode number 2. We've gotten a bunch of parts in the mail now, and I think today is going to be an easy one. We're just going to do plugs. This car doesn't have wires, it's a coil-over system, so coil over each cylinder. And so we're just going to unplug these, remove each coil, and then I have some NGK G-plug fire plugs to put in there. It's got a little misfire at idle, and when it gets a little hot out, it's also got a misfire, so we're going to see if we can address that today. So I've cleaned everything off, gotten it ready for tools, pulled the plastics off, and I'm going to go get the spark plugs and figure out what size tools I need here, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Time you guys can make work a little easier on yourself, I suggest doing it. You can use, obviously, a ratchet set as much as you want to, but I think for speed reasons, this is much easier. Otherwise, you're taking a lot of time for no reason. Proper tools, proper job gets done quick. Yep. The tools you'll need here are a 15, a 10, a 5/8 socket, 5/8 spark plug socket, and an 8mm wrench, as well as extension there with your ratchet. All this has been pulled now. I've got the new NGK G fire plugs, so all I should have to do now is pull out these. There you go. Have a look inside there. There's no oil. Should be good to go. No oil inside there either. We are good to go. I'm going to pull that spark plug. First thing I'm going to do is take my hose over here, and before you pull spark plugs out on a car you've never pulled them before, any vehicle, it's always smart to blow it out first to make sure you're getting everything out of there. You don't want anything to potentially fall inside of the spark plug chamber or cylinder block. As you can see, there was a lot of debris in there. And that's why we blow it out. For that exact reason right there. You do not want that stuff inside your piston. So now we're going to go ahead and put the 5/8 on here. We'll go ahead and crack this loose, see if I can do this with one hand. Should be able to. Give me one sec here, guys. Excellent. Go down then in there nicely, right on top of it. Beautiful. Got a good hand on it. I'm going to put as much pressure as I can in the center with my forearm or with my wrist, and then my forearm is going to break it. I'm trying to keep this centered so I don't snap the spark plug off inside of there, because that would cause some serious damage. So, wow, these are way over tightened. Crazy. Alright, kind of need both hands here, guys. Remember, this was a flood damaged vehicle. Look at all the water that had been sitting there on those spark plugs, man. That spark plug is in very rough shape. I'm surprised this was still working. Fomaco, I've never even heard of that company. Well, holy mackerel. I hope the rest of them don't look like that. Oh boy. Okay. Well, let's put that aside for now. And, geez, oh Pete's. Just a comparison here. Wow, and that was only with 49,000 miles on it. Holy bejesus. This car is going to really love these new spark plugs, I can tell you that much. Alright, well guys, easiest thing to do here is you can either put it back in your head, stick it back in there slowly, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to detach this. Remember to check your size gapping. These should still be gapped properly, but an easy way to tell is just to match up your gapping distance with the old spark plug, like so. You can actually do check marks if you want to and then lay it out in front of yourself, but it looks pretty darn accurate, so you shouldn't have any issue. So I'm going to go ahead and just put this down in there, and we're going to go backwards with it, slowly, like so. We'll go backwards until I feel it drop down one notch. There it is, and then we'll start to screw it in. Beautiful. Just like that, no cross threading, nothing weird. Alright. Beautiful. Wow, that spark plug was in bad shape. This car is going to purr like a kitten after this. Okay, well, let me do the rest of these and then put her back together and we'll crank her up and see how she runs. That was my task for today. I already feel pretty exhausted after that. So they're all in. They look like crap. I'm going to show you what they look like now that I've pulled them. Letting the air run out of the rest of the compressor. Tomorrow we'll do the sway bar links because that needs to be done. Check these out. Yeah, they were trashed. Absolutely trashed. That would explain a lot of why this car was running the way that it was. So, probably had arcing and all sorts of stuff happening. Let's crank her up and see what she does. What do you say? Make sure I don't have anything riding on the belts before we put all the plastics back on there. We'll crank her up and see what happens. I may even take this, if I get it running good enough, I may even take it down to Mako and give her a $200 paint job. Moment of truth. Oh my God, she sounds amazing. Oh yeah, there's no more shake or sputter. Nothing. Crazy. Wow. Barely any shake in the motor at all. Wow. That's crazy. Sounds more like a car that has 50,000 miles on it because it's only got 49,000 miles on it. Man, those spark plugs were not doing this car any justice, that's for sure. That is for damn sure. Crazy. Well, wait till we start putting the rest of the new parts on there. She'll sound a lot different. There we go. Ta-da! I gotta replace this tensioner pulley pretty soon. It's starting to sound like the bearings are wearing out here in this tensioner pulley. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there we go. Yeah, that tensioner pulley is a little loud in the morning, so I'll probably end up having to replace that, but man, that sounds way different now. Like, I don't hear any misfiring or sputtering or anything. Nothing. She sounds good. Oh yeah. Very nice. Let's see what happens if I put it in reverse here. Idled down nicely. Put her back in park. Yeah. Running good. Running good. Sweet. Sweet! Here's tomorrow's job. For filling up to the task. DLZ sent me the new sway bar links for my car. That'll stop all the clunking and bumping that's happening in the front end. Do not separate this set. Okay. Oh no, I broke all the rules. Breaking the law, breaking the law. So we'll go ahead and put these new sway bars in tomorrow. These look like they're going to be fairly easy to put on. I should probably go get some penetrating oil and spray the spots I'll be trying to break loose tomorrow. But that made it run a lot better, which is a plus. And then we also got another new battery for it. So we got a new battery now, new spark plugs, and everything else seems to be good in the engine except for that one tensioner pulley. And I'll order that and we'll replace it. And then all we got to do is start fixing the suspension and the brakes on the front end. And all those parts are slowly coming in. So we got to get this car to the point where it'll last another 10 years. and solve some of the flood damage issues that nobody apparently wanted to take care of at the dealership, but still felt like selling me the car for $3,000. Even after I bought it for $3,000, poured $1,000 into it with front end work already, now I'm basically redoing the entire suspension and the front end of this car. So I'm a little frustrated if you couldn't tell. And I'm doing all of this while I'm dealing with medical and bad liver because I don't have a choice. So, yeah. All right, let's pursue the next task. Okay. I got the car hooked up to the computer here. Gonna run a diagnostic. Car's running currently. It's running perfect. There's no shaking at all. It's running very good. Codes found. 4. Let's see what they are. Alright, evaporative emission leak detection, pump sensor circuit low, and exhaust gas recursion. So it's basically both my O2 sensors on my exhaust, which I was fully aware of because only half the exhaust is there. So that's it. 2 very generic codes, which are fine. At some point I'll have the exhaust fixed. Other than that, engine seems to be running in full goodness. So 49,425 miles on this car, and yeah, we're gonna fix all of the problems this car has. The interior is really good, and I think now it's just time to put the work into the suspension, brakes, and all that stuff. So we'll do it slowly to make sure I don't kill myself. See if there's any pending here. Same thing. So even though it shows 2, there's still only 2 pending codes. Let's go ahead and erase the codes here. Let's see, erase codes. Yes, are you sure? Yep. I'm gonna go to live data. Excellent. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Let's see how this thing opens here. What are we not doing right? What comes forward, what goes backwards? How does this open? I want inside the box. Yeah. Oh, baby. The new rotors have arrived from Detroit Axle. Awesome. Looks like I'll be putting rotors, brake pads, and sway bars in tomorrow. Hopefully Ron's up for giving me some help. I'm going to take these out and clean them. Because if you've ever put rotors on, you know that they come with some kind of oil stuff that needs to be cleaned off of them whenever you get them to keep them from rusting, so they're gonna smell interesting. Oh yeah, there you go. See how oily my fingers are now? It smells wonderful. Look at that oil. So we'll be installing, shout outs to Detroit Axle. Always cheap parts. It's $75 a rotor at AutoZone, and at Detroit Axle it's $44 for both rotors. So these aren't tiny rotors, these are big boy rotors here. So definitely good size rotors. So we'll be putting these on tomorrow with brake pads. Yeah.